What's up guys, it is Dan and Nick back with another episode of F1 2021 Co-op Career Mode in the Williams. Today we are in Round 8 Austria on one of the best circuits on the calendar. Great fast circuit, much like a go-kart track, it's amazing. Now, before we get underway with all of the grid order, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know when the next race will be available to watch. With that underway, let's get on with the grid order for this. So rather unsurprisingly, it's a Red Bull 1-2. Sergio Perez just gets ahead of Max Verstappen by a fraction of a second, followed by Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, Lance Stroll, Nicholas Latifi, Pierre Gasly, and then myself. Lando Norris and Fernando Alonso follow me, Esteban Ocon, Carlos Sainz, Antonio Giovinazzi, and then Nick. Mick Schumacher, George Russell, and at the back of the grid, Valtteri Bottas, the world champion, and Nikita Mazepin. And with that underway, let's get on with today's race.
The Austrian Grand Prix.
It's the Lederhosen Grand Prix.
Somehow Radiant Slothz has out-qualified Justin Freshpot.
Although he did start 10th, which means he probably crashed in qualifying again.
Collision there for Radiant Slothz as Fernando Alonso spins. Justin Freshpot takes advantage. Radiant Slothz is all over the road.
I think he's
Alonso
got damage.
Is still facing the wrong way.
Alonso with some questionable reversing into the path of oncoming traffic as we continue with a journey at snail's pace around the hairpin with Justin Freshpot. And this is the end of lap 1. The damage on the Williams of Radiant Slothz is really affecting him as George Russell now lines up behind him.
12 laps behind.
He's 12 laps behind, but he's going to make 12 laps of his life right now. Goes the overtake. He pushes him wide.
Track extend from
he definitely pushed him wide as he now defends from a drunk Valtteri Bottas and George Russell. Is he going to get the place? George Russell has the door slammed square in his face, and he does not get the position from Radiant Slothz.
Justin Freshpot here in the fast Williams, looking for an overtake.
He's lining up on Pierre Gasly. Oh, he just about gets out of the way.
Somehow avoiding a massive collision there with Pierre Gasly, who loses it on the exit.
He very nearly assaulted the back of Gasly's car, and he gets the pass on Lando Norris with extreme contact. That has ruined the young Brit's race.
Turning into the Williams for no reason, as he looks to get back past, but that Williams, with its 58 horsepower engine, will not be overtaken.
He is continuing on, and Lando is left in the dust. As we go on board with
retiring the car, potentially retiring from Formula 1.
He has given up all hope. He is being overtaken by Alfa Romeos, but he is in fact serving a drive-through penalty for not slowing down during a yellow flag or a virtual safety car. It was one of them. He doesn't care. He's just very angry. But he's safe from Fernando Alonso, who is 10 laps down on lap 4. This is a slow motion
massive track extend.
Justin Freshpot there with an enormous track extend.
You clearly saw on the car that was number 24, famously Radiant Sloth's number, as a car vanishes behind Justin Freshpot.
I was just about to say, did you see that? Was that just me? That was a vanishing McLaren. McLaren, of course, testing their beta testing their teleportation technology. It is working.
Justin Freshpot scared into the pit lane by the vanishing car.
Needs a new set of tyres.
For the round tyres, with an aggressive entry into his pit box. It's a slow stop.
What wouldn't have helped there was the front jack went through the nose of the car, which would have caused extreme damage and would affect the aerodynamics quite significantly.
Justin Freshpot rejoins P16, which, as Radiant Slothz will tell you, is not worth any points.
Radiant Slothz coming round, completing lap 8 onto lap 9, just ahead of him. His teammate and Pierre Gasly are coming out of the pits, and he's going to follow Pierre Gasly, who for some reason has DRS, despite the fact he just came out of the pit lane. And is he going to get close? He does not get close, because he could not match the speed of an AlphaTauri with DRS.
Justin Freshby here, driving on the track through the final corner. Probably just set the fastest lap. What a driver.
He overtakes multiple cars who are changing their tyres and is safely ahead of Pierre Gasly at this point. Radiant Slothz, similarly, comes round the second to last corner. He is going to come in for his tyre change this time. He's not serving another drive-through penalty as
His
far as we are
second
aware.
retirement from the race.
Nikita Mazepin now 4 laps behind him. I think that is a safe cushion. He's just been overtaken by Nikita Mazepin. What an amazing 4 laps that was from the young rest of world driver.
Radiant Slothz sticking with the round tyres here. He seems to have a preference for those this season, you have to say, as he comes back on track 4 laps ahead of the 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso.
Justin Freshpot now round the penultimate corner. We've got some pit stops going on ahead of him once again. A small track extend. The stewards have not noticed as he comes hurtling down the pit lane at speeds exceeding 40 miles an hour and goes into turn 1. He somehow keeps it within the white lines.
Lewis Hamilton, no, he will not.
Hamilton
but he's chasing him down
comfortably ahead of him, 2.5 seconds ahead. The DRS will not come into effect. As Justin Freshpot there onto the curb. Another track extend. Let's hope the stewards are not paying attention. And again, back-to-back track extensions, I should say, as he gets past Carlos Sainz in the pit lane. The only car that he gets past. Another track extend for the Williams of Justin Freshpot. You must
Team
say.
radio from the Williams saying that it is windy and he cannot control the car, but he's still fighting against the odds.
Yeah, Gasly,
P9,
an amazing run up the hill there. Look at this! Look at the overspeed he had, and of course we cut to the onboard camera, so we don't get to see any of the action. Justin Freshpot
panicking,
looking left and right, scared of what's coming. As
closes it on Pierre Gasly to say thank you for earlier in the race where you got in my way.
Yeah, Gasly would not be happy with that. As Radiant Slothz on lap 13, his favourite number, is following Mick Schumacher. This is for 18th place. Are we going to see a crash?
Radiant Slothz is well known to, as he goes up the inside.
Somehow there was no contact as he goes around the final corner within the white lines and completes his lap. Mick Schumacher not able to catch him, even with DRS, because that
Radiant Slothz now 14 minutes and 46 seconds behind.
An enormous track extend from Justin Freshpot once again in a desperate attempt to stay ahead of Pierre Gasly. That was the whole point of that track highlight there. As we come on to the final lap, Pierre Gasly has one more chance to get past this Williams on the track.
Giving it all it's got up the hill.
Carlos Sainz, of course, also in contention. Gasly to the outside.
Late braking from
Contact! He's hit him! He has hit the AlphaTauri!
You'd have to say Pierre Gasly turned in on him. As they power down the straight, can the Williams stay ahead?
He's not giving up.
Corner to go around the outside of, but Pierre Gasly's going to try it.
It's very close. He nearly goes onto the grass, but he has not done it. I think there's damage on the AlphaTauri that will be affecting his downforce. And you can see he's already dropped back by nearly half a second. Carlos Sainz almost in striking distance, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. As we come round the penultimate corner, somehow still on the tarmac, as Justin Freshpot finally completes the last corner without leaving the circuit, and then completes the Grand Prix.
Finish for Justin Freshpot.
Radiant Slothz in Sector 2. The last thing he needs is Codemasters to DNF him again, but it's happened anyway. Thank you, Codemasters, he says, for designing such a flawless game with no bugs. As he
the crowd chanting it's still 0 points.
He pulls over. This is the onboard, the live shot of what happened. As you can see, he comes into this corner and he is instantly DNF'd for no reason.
You have to say that is deserved.
And there we have it. The man that's Christian Horner, who dyes his hair way too often, celebrates with generic man 1. Sergio Perez with another victory for the Red Bull
Sergio
team.
Perez marching towards that first world title. Will he get it? Will he not get it? We'll never know.
You'll have to subscribe and find out later on in the season. He's certainly very happy about it. He says number
Adrian
1,
Newey.
that is first place in Mexican as well as English. As they spray the champagne, he gets it in his eye. Max Verstappen sharing in the eye stinging as they
Both drivers ignoring Yuki Tsunoda as he is foreign.
That is a very racist thing for the Red Bulls to do, and they should be called out on it. Here are the finishing results. Of course, it was a 1-2 for Red Bull, and Yuki Tsunoda rounds off the podium, and you can pause it for the rest of those. In the Drivers' Championship, Sergio Perez, he is winning. Lando Norris closely follows, and Yuki Tsunoda in a tight third place. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo also in title contention. And over on the Williams side, 4th place in the Constructors, but massively behind McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, who currently
You have
lead.
to say that's due to Williams only having one driver.